every experienced coach has had this moment. Something in you says to ask a question that doesn't make logical sense. There's no clear reason for it. Your mind can't justify it, but you ask it anyway. And the client's face changes. Something breaks open. The whole session shifts. That's intuition at work. And learning how to use it skillfully, that's what separates good coaching from powerful coaching. Here's what I find fascinating. When I talk to coaches about their breakthrough moments, the sessions where real transformation happened, there's almost always a version of the same story. They felt something beneath what the client was saying, and they took a risk. Maybe the client was talking about a project deadline, and something told the coach to ask about their father. Makes no logical sense. But when they asked, everything opened up. Turns out the deadline pressure was connected to decades of feeling like they could never meet their father's expectations. That's the moment we're talking about. And the question is, how do we get better at accessing that? And just as importantly, how do we use it responsibly? So let's demystify this. When we're working with clients and we're bringing in observations and we're bringing in thoughts and we're listening to them and we're like, and we get this intuition about what's happening. What is that? It's not magic. It's not psychic ability. It's actually your brain doing something brilliant beneath your conscious awareness. You've accumulated thousands of data points from conversations, from life experience, from coaching sessions. Your brain is recognizing patterns faster than you can consciously process them. That tightness you feel, that sudden curiosity about something the client barely mentioned, that hunch that there's more beneath what they're telling you, that's all the wisdom you've gathered surfacing, showing up as a sense of a pull, a knowing that arrives before the explanation. Now, here's where it gets tricky, and I need you to really hear this. Sometimes what feels like insight about your client is actually about you. Your own story, your own assumptions, your own unresolved stuff showing up in their narrative. Maybe you went through a painful divorce, and every time a client mentions marriage challenges, you're certain they need to leave. That's not intuition, that's projection. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You can't always tell the difference in the moment. Sometimes you're genuinely picking up on something important. Sometimes you're seeing your own reflection. That's exactly why what comes next matters so much. So how do we actually use this thing we're calling intuition? The answer is tentatively. We want to use our intuition to benefit the client, maybe share just like, I'm sensing that, whatever I'm sensing. But notice the language. I'm sensing, I'm getting a feeling. Something's telling me. Not, you're clearly avoiding this. Not, the real issue is, you offer it. You check it, you ask, how does that land for you? And then you watch. Not just their words, their energy. Do their shoulders drop? Does something shift in their eyes? Or do they look confused, like you're off track? If it resonates, you've got something to explore together. If it doesn't, you let it go completely. No defending, no explaining, just, okay, that didn't land, let's keep going. This is where so many coaches struggle, holding lightly. Think of it this way. Your intuition is a hypothesis to explore, never a conclusion to deliver. The moment you become attached to being right about what you sense, you've stopped serving your client. You're now serving your ego. And clients feel that. They feel when you're pushing something because you need it to be true. So here's the paradox. Trust what you sense and release your grip on it. Both of those things matter equally. Trust it enough to voice it. Hold it loose enough to be wrong. Let me name what I see coaches getting wrong here. First, stating hunches as facts. You're clearly avoiding this conversation versus I'm sensing some hesitation. Am I reading that right? One closes things down. The other opens exploration. Second, ignoring intuition entirely because it's not logical. waiting for a reason you can articulate before you speak. And meanwhile, the moment passes. Third, and this one's subtle, getting disappointed when the client doesn't confirm your insight. Feeling a little deflated when they say, no, that's not it. If you notice that disappointment, that's a signal you were attached. And the work is to let that go. So here's what I want you to take from this. Your intuition is real. It's valuable. It's worth voicing in service of your client. And it's not the truth. It's an offering, a possibility, a door to open together. Trust it and hold it lightly. That's the skill. Now, intuition operates quietly in the background. But here's the reality. You also influence your clients in ways that are much more visible than you might realize. Your internal state, your energy, what you're carrying into the session. Let's look at that next.